We're so close to it on time. Steph didn't even realize it. Mike the Wop. I didn't realize it. I had to handle something outside. Oof. It's hot here. Hey, the Sabs says, revealed that New York State is now battleground state according to Politico. Wow. Thank you, Wesley. And now Jim Jam.
So Joe Biden is doing the NATO summit. And he gave a speech. And it sounded like he said, I realize after effing your wife. And then that's what it sounds like. And then it sounds like he calls somebody a wigger.
Yeah, that's what the claims are. Now, I watched this on a big screen and slowed it down. He's a mumbler.
He's a mumbler, so let's watch it, and then we'll get to it. Here we go.
Secretary, you've guided this alliance through one of the most consequential periods in its history. I realize...
You already can't...
Do you think the sign language lady is going...
How did she looks like she's going...
Yeah, does she have
what she looks like right now? She's like, what?
Does she have a transcript that she can't possibly go off of what he's saying? Because that's how you'd prove what he's saying either way, is if her sign language was like fucking
What they need is not only a sign language lady for the hearing impaired, but they need just a regular person there to tell you what he just said with their mouth. Yeah. Okay.
Two on each side.
Two on each side. Like, see what that he would go, he just said, okay,
a translator into English from Biden.
Here we go.
Secretary, you've guided this alliance through one of the most consequential periods in its history. I realize, you're talking to your wife, I personally asked you to extend your service.
So now some people think that he said, I realize I was effing your wife, but it's obviously he was trying to say talking to your wife.
Right.
Right, but he's such a speech slurring mumbler.
Yeah,
people thought he said. I mean, the beginning of the. By the way, I think he's going to be starring in Martin Scorsese's new film called Raging Bullshit. You fuck my wife. Okay, here we go. I don't remember.
You guided this alliance through one of the most consequential periods in its history. I realize.
Oh, he's trying to say one of the most consequential periods in its history, but when it comes out, it's most consequential in history. That's what it comes out as.
Secretary, you've guided this alliance through one of the most consequential periods in its history. I realize, you're talking to your wife, I personally asked you to extend your service. Forgive me.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Everybody was like, did he just say that?
Yes.
That's what everybody was like. He's like, yeah, you with me? Okay. I mean, it's easy to poke fun at Biden for being a stutterer, but as long as he gave it his all and he did his goodest job, as we know he can do, that's what this is all about, doing his goodest job.
As long as I did my goodest job as I know I can do.
He said goodest. We didn't play that part of the show. We should have.
Do as your goodest job as you know
your goodest. Do. Yeah, so anyway, I know it sounds like Biden saying effing this guy's wife, but what he actually said was, I was talking to your wife, which actually makes way less sense.
The funny thing made more sense.
Yeah.
Like he brought him on stage like to tell me Clooney pranked him by fucking his wife.
Yeah. Here's Biden's latest gaffe leaves NATO in stitches. In an unexpected twist, Joe Biden called the NATO secretary an intellectual wigger and dished out a cringeworthy comment about his wife. Was it an attempt to do stand-up comedy? This world's wondering if Biden's prepping for a Netflix NATO special. Here it is. Let's listen.
So much of the progress we made in the alliance is thanks to the secretary.
Again, he starts off, you don't know what he's saying. So much of
the problems we've made in the alliance.
So much of the progress we made in the alliance.
Oh, progress.
So
much of the progress we made.
So much of the progress we made in the alliance is thanks to the secretary. He's a man of integrity, an intellectual rigor.
He's a man of integrity, an intellectual wigger. That's my intellectual wigger.
You know, that came first, that part in the speech.
Oh, okay.
So if they were like, because that's the thing, you hear it and you're like, maybe he's saying rigor, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And then they say, he's fucking his wife.
Okay. So basically the world's going to end because no one understood what the president is saying. Or maybe the world will end if they do understand it. Could be either way. That's some true international dumb bit of pressure.
True international dumb bit of pressure.
Here we go.
So much of the progress we made in the alliance is thanks to the Secretary. He's a man of integrity and intellectual rigor.
What does he say at the end of that?
So much of the progress we made in the alliance is thanks to the Secretary. He's a man of integrity and intellectual rigor, a calm temperament in a moment of crisis.
Talking about talking. It's like, it's just, there's no way this guy hangs on for another month.
I get my hearing checked too, because I'm going deaf too. So him talking extra low now, I can't.
Could anybody? Could you understand what he said? No. Oh, so you didn't get it the first 3 times I played it? No. Okay.
So much of the progress we made in the alliance is thanks to the Secretary. He's a man of integrity and intellectual rigor, a calm temperament in a moment of crisis.
In a moment of crisis.
Well, when I fucked his wife.
Okay, so he called into. Whoa, there's my dog. He called into Morning Joe unexpectedly. Did you know this?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, so we're going to play that next. Over to Steph.
All right. Thank you, Jimmy. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. What somebody just said this. Who was this? Tom Fratello said intellectual rigor mortis. Nice, Tom. Thank you for that one. Hey, Wesley Sabs revealed that the New York State is now a battleground state according to Politico. Wow. Thank you, Wesley. Sneaky. Or is it snicky? Support the corpses 24 should be Biden's campaign slogan. Henry, power just got restored where I am in Houston. May remember my comment from Monday, burned an entire tank of gas. That's right. In my Jeep, just charging devices and keeping my cat, Broccoli, cool. Some people still have a lot worse, though. Thank you, Henry, for the update on that. Glad you're doing well and your kitty. Never forget Srebrenica 11, July 1995. Srebrenica? Omer. Okay, thank you, Omer. When Putin, Kim Jong-un, and Xi find out President Kamala is a woman of easy virtue, they'll pass her around like a rag doll in a biker gang. Ooh. That took a unexpected turn, Sparky.
That guy say he's fucking my wife?
Yeah.
Sounded like it.
Betsy.
What is it?
Betsy is very aggressive today. She jumped on me twice, and I know those there are people
nice
outside.
I'm sitting down. Once I stand up, she's like, who's this guy?
She gets nervous. Hey, Jimmy, if you get a beard, you better find better stash for your pot of gold. Happy donut farts. Sparky says, hey, love Steph. That's what we should do. If Jimmy ever catches us, say that it was just a joke. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Happy. That was Sparky and happy donut farts. Thank you. Okay, I'll take you out in 1 second. Hold on, little girl. Betsy, come here. Sit down. Thank you.
Okay,
gonna work for all of 2 seconds. All right, back to Jimmy. Or back to me.
Back to you.
Oh, back to Steph. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Camera 4. Axios did an article about Biden's leaked picture guide to walking the podium. Google blocked the link. Please Google it and show it to the audience. Savage.
That's a real thing?
Yeah, Axios did an article about Biden's leaked picture guide to walking the podium.
Oh, I hope that's not okay.
Google blocked the link. Okay, so our staff is on it. They're looking for it right now. Eric, straight out of Scranton. What's up, my wigger? Eric. Hey, fun fact, Margaret Trudeau was actually in Cuba visiting Fidel Castro around the time her son, Justin, was conceived.
I'm just is choosing the wars. Isn't it bliss? The rabbinical grace soiling the mattresses. Well, let me tell you. If I were Rabbi Shmuley and diddle 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 digga digga diddle diddle dum, all day long I'd diddle little bums. If I were a Shmuley man, I'd peddle all my dildos, dreidel dildos, selling dildos with my daughter and her mum. If I were a Jewish Shmuley man, I'd be digging with a dildo in my bum. I'd wear a grotesque nose and go grab some goyim right on the nipple with a pinch. A Shabbos lap dance brace for the youngest mensch.
At this time, more than any other time, you know, revolution is necessary. It is necessary. Not only based on what has happened with the MOVE organization, you know, the babies that have been murdered, you know, MOVE adults that have been murdered, bombs being dropped on us, but past that to what is happening with all black people, so-called minority people, you know, money poor people. You know, this government, as has been said earlier, has waged war on us. But you know, something about us, particularly here in America, we don't really understand that. You know, we don't really know what war is. You know, for black people, for poor people, that people see as good, that they wasn't forced to do, that they didn't do to try to keep black people appeased, you know, and calm down so that black people wouldn't riot. A prison situation is a crystallized example of that. You can make phone calls in prison. They have movies in prison, but they don't have those things because they just want to be nice to prisoners. They have those things because they know damn well if they don't have, you know, people being able to contact their family, if they don't have, you know, facilities for people to sit there and watch movies, people are going to be frustrated, upset, and they're going to direct that frustration at them prison administrators, and they're going to have riots on their hands. You know, they're going to have people in them prisons turning them prisons out. That's why they have movies. That's why they have access to phones the way they do. And a stop to it when we don't like it, or encouraging it when it's something that's in our interest. You know, we have to call the shots. The people have to take the reins of this system and start dictating, you know, what we need, what needs to be done. And, you know, taking the initiative to do it ourselves. We can't rely on this system. I mean, you know, don't people see what's happening? Every single confrontation that MOVE people have been involved in, every single issue, you know, oppression, economic issues, every single issue facing our people, you know, is something that can be dealt with very, very simply. All people got to do is make their wishes known. All people have to do is stand up and say, listen, we're not accepting that. Unity is the key. Unity is the key to revolution. Revolution ain't nothing to be afraid of. It ain't nothing to shy away from. Revolution, contrary to what officials, you know, this system and those backing the officials running this system, you know, want people to believe that revolution means violence, you know, means blood in the street. I'm saying it can get to that point, but it don't have to be violent. You know, when people come together and take a strong stand on an issue, this government don't have no choice but to listen. Where you think they get their authority from? They don't have no power, but they do have authority to do certain things. Where you think they get it from? They get it from us, from the people. You know, they get it from us accepting the things that they do to be done to stop it, then you have some people who want to then turn around and say, yeah, well, you know, it's the best we have, and want to make excuses. The time for excuses is over. It's over. You know, every man, woman, and child has to be involved in this revolution. Not only has to be, but is, whether you want to be or not. I mean, our babies gave their lives for this revolution on May 13th. You know, men, women, and children were murdered. And not just move babies, you know. What about all of the young men, women, you know, children 8, 9 years old shot down on the street by cops, you know, by drug pushers? I mean, you know, where do you think that mentality comes from? It comes from this system, from the mentality of this system of getting over, you know, making a quick buck, you know. I'm saying that's where that needs to be done to stop it. Then, you know, what I want people to really, really understand is that it's past time. It is past time for poor people, black people, you know, to realize that this system has failed you. It has failed you. You can't get nothing from it. And what people got to do is withdraw our support from it and start doing for ourselves. That's what we got to do. You know, how long are people going to sit back and beg, you know, this government to do what's right when for hundreds of years all you've gotten is a slap in the face? All you've gotten is this government kicking your ass. That's all. That's all black people have ever gotten from this government.
Hey, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down there for more AM Joy and the rest of MSNBC. And click on any of the videos right here to watch the latest interviews and highlights. And you can get more videos from MSNBC for free every day with our newsletter. Just visit